All right. So yeah, this first workshop is going to be a little bit easier than the other ones because these are the two two topics that we're going to go over. So just an overview and introduction, and then a little bit about assessment and measurements. So that's this week, and I've got a couple of Canvas pages open. But first of all, let me kind of open the so um, this other Word document here is this was the syllabus template that was sent out to us by Reggie last, I don't know, August maybe, right? So I mean, if anyone needs it, I could send it to you, but but yeah, if you go back into your email, go back to around August, or just do a search for syllabus and or template, and you'll probably find it there, right? So let me full screen this for a second. Everything that I marked in green is covers some of these expectations that I had in green, right? So a lot of this is you're probably already doing if you followed this template. So all of this stuff on the first page right here is going to be covered in it, and I'm probably going to send this out in an email to everybody. And then there's going to be a little bit down here we're going to cover right here, right? So that's where we are in that syllabus, and make this a little bit smaller. So I kind of have in here where these things are typically addressed. I put it in red. It doesn't mean it has to be there for most of these. It's kind of your choice. I would prefer for me to put them in both places. So where you can find, um, for example, the purpose and the structure of the course, right? I'm going to have that in my syllabus, but I'm also going to have that in Canvas. Obviously, what the course is about. And then again, if you kind of go to the syllabus, um, that's going to be covered up here in the course description, right? So if you just follow that template, you are covering this one in the middle. Learners are introduced to the purpose and structure of the course. Now, where to get started, I'm going to open up a Canvas page to kind of show you that. I don't think that's going to realistically be addressed in the syllabus. That's something that you're more likely to address in Canvas. And I would say that um, and then the computer skills and the digital information literacy skills, like you need to tell. It sounds kind of intuitive that you would need a computer to take an online course, but you really need to tell them. And so I put an area on the syllabus here on the syllabus template, and I believe I put it down here. I put it yeah, right here. So, somewhere under required text and materials, that might be a good place to tell them, hey, look, you need a computer. And I'll show you one of my classes where I put it. You need a computer, you need Microsoft Word, maybe PowerPoint, whatever it is you need for the class. But sometimes they don't have a computer and they're going to take an online class, and they're going to try to do it all from their phone, which may or may not work. So that's why we kind of have that in there. So let me open up. My class. Okay, so there's different ways to set up a Canvas class. Um, so I'm going to jump to show you how. So right here where it says choose homepage. So I believe that's here. So I haven't set this class up yet. This is one that I'm setting up for this week. So one of the first things you can do is choose your homepage. And so there's different ways to do it. The way I do it is using I set my syllabus as the course homepage, and then I just teach the whole class off the syllabus. So you'll see that I have like things that are linked, and that's how I address some of these expectations. But another thing that you could do is um, you can make a page, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you Lauren's chemistry class, and she created a front page, and that's what she's using, and that's actually probably looks a little better than what I'm doing. So, and then the third way. So there's really kind of three popular ways to do this. You make the syllabus your front page. You make you create a front page, or you use your course modules as your front page. And I started doing that here. So your front page would look like this, right? And you would say start here, and you would have whatever that you would. I just did this really quick. This would be marked appropriately, like syllabus and instructions for the class, and you'd have other things, right? And then you'd have another module underneath that would be like week one. So you'd have a start here, week one, week two, week three. That's one way to set it up. That's a very popular way to set it up. Lauren's setting it up like this. So she went over to pages, and she created various pages, right? So this is her front page, and it's very clear. So here, just in the beginning, she's telling you kind of what the class is about. She's telling you how you're going to be graded. She's giving you kind of like an introduction here, and then she's got a getting started checklist, and she's got the syllabus. Like they're all very clearly marked and easy to navigate. So if we click her getting started, because I got to leave student view. Hold on. So if we look at her getting started checklist, again, she's highlighted things. She's so what to do, how to start in the class is very clear. Download and read your syllabus. Oh, where can I find that? Well, syllabus, right? Make sure you're getting announcements. She's telling you Proctorio is one of the things that she's going to be using. So she's giving directions on how to do it. And then she's talking about Cengage. So go back to our home. So that's just what it looks like when you make a page, kind of the front. You use pages to make your front page. Mine, I make my syllabus my front page, right? So our place is kind of difficult to find, so I kind of put a map in here, and then I have everything linked. So that's just kind of how I did it. So if you want to access the textbook, you click on the link. I'm showing. So here I'm telling them here, you need a computer, you need Microsoft Word, you need PowerPoint. That's what I need for my class. I'm showing them how to get it so that they don't buy it. So I'm telling them, click on this link to get to the Nunez website, go into your email. And then I did a screenshot of how, once you go into your email, you can get Word and PowerPoint and the whole suite for free, right? And then also you'll see when you scroll down, here's how I'm assessing them. That's all linked. All the subjects that I'm going over, that's all linked. So, things that they need, they can do everything from the syllabus. So let me go back to this. So instructions make clear how to get started. It's all on how you set your front page, right? So if you set it as like Lauren did, you use pages, then that's like an excellent one. Really, the way I did it with syllabus, that's not as good because it's not completely clear, because I'm not saying to them, start here, right? So I might even have to think about this first one myself, I might have to make it even clearer, like click on me and give them. So the purpose and structure of the course, that's going to be addressed in the syllabus. So if you're filling out the template that we got, you're gonna fulfill that requirement, right? So the course description, how is it taught, why, what is it fulfilling, um, and you'll notice that, like, for mine, I'm actually telling them, why they're taking it. What are we going to go over in the course? Why do you even need it? And again, that's pretty easy. That's just, if you do that in your syllabus, you're going to have that. You're going to have that covered. So then we get to assessment and measurement, which is that gets a little more tricky, right? And some of that I don't even have done myself. So stated learning objectives that you should have if you were following. So you want the assessments to match the learning objectives, right? So you could put that in your syllabus, and you should have your learning objectives already in here, and we're going to cover that another week. So like, to show you mine, to give you an example, like I've got the objectives down here. Hold on, let me let this person in. So I've got the objectives. Let me go into it. The outcomes are here, right? And so what I've done is that when I give an assignment, I do mine through. So let me go to student view. So when I give an assignment, I put the objective in it. So I'll give you an example here. This was a class that already concluded. So I had a critical thinking assignment, and I started off right here on the top. So I've linked this assignment to the outcome. I just did it right at the beginning before I even started talking about the assignment, right? So this particular assignment is not linked with the course outcomes. It's linked with the general ed outcomes. But that's an example. That would be an example of what you need right here. So the assessments measure the achievement of the stated learning objectives or competencies, right? You can go ahead and put that in your syllabus, but I see that for me it's easier to do in Canvas. And then the grading policy is stated clearly at the beginning of the course. Again, there's 3 places you can do this. You can put it in the syllabus. So if we go back to like my syllabus, well, it's here. So when you put in all of your assessments, it automatically, when you do it in. So I do mine all in assignments, but I've got to leave student view. So I go into assignments and I put all my stuff there, and then you can just simply assign weights to them, right? So, and I like it that way because let's say I feel like adding another quiz, which I don't, but let's say you did. However many quizzes you take, it's going to be 30% of your total grade. So when you set it up like this, it's automatically going to populate over here. So that's one way. But you should also have it in your syllabus. So I have it over here as well. So I've got it in 2 places. And also when you click on grades, you can see it there as well. So how assignments are graded. Let me go back to that assignment. So I find the easiest way to do it, although there's different ways to do it. The easiest way to do it for me is with a rubric. You're not going to be able to do that with a multiple choice test, but with other assignments you can. So I have like a rubric down here. the rubrics are a pain to make, but once you do it, it's easy to grade. So you're still kind of putting in a similar amount of time. Especially if you're doing something like an English paper, it might be easier to grade it with a rubric. So you're going to put in the time one place or the other. So
that's exactly why I made my rubrics. I was
Yeah,
tired of
once
writing the
it's done,
same
it's done.
comments on my papers. It's like I need to, but that friend teaches math, so I don't know if a rubric may come in handy or not.
No, and it's right. It's not, it's not going to. And it's like, I'm encouraging, well, we're encouraging people to do as much stuff on Canvas as possible, but sometimes you can't do everything on Canvas. You can't put every assignment. Like, I don't know how you would do it with math. How do you mark things up on Canvas? I don't know. So, but that's right here. So the course grading policy is stated clearly at the beginning of the course. That's where you're saying, what is going to be passing. I'm grading on a 10-point scale, and 80 is a B, and 90 is an A, or whatever it is. And that's what we already have on our syllabus. But again, and then the breakdown, it populates in Canvas. Then specific and descriptive criteria are provided for the evaluation of learners' work. So you can either state that like in the assessment, right in the introduction, or you can make a rubric. And I find that the rubrics are the easiest ways to do it, but it just depends. If it's a multiple choice test, so if it's a multiple choice test, you might write that right at the beginning. And then this one you're already doing. The course provides learners with multiple opportunities to track their learning progress with timely feedback. So we have two parts of this: learning progress and then timely feedback. So learning progress, that's just simply your grades. Hold on, let me do a student view. Your grades should be all put in Canvas in such a way that at any time they will know their total score. And all you have to do is actually put the grades in there. And again, like, some people aren't using the gradebook in Canvas, but it's actually easier once you start doing it. And if you use SpeedGrader, it's really easy to put them in. And to go a step further, you could technically put in grades even on your phone. So, if
does
you
my math lab export your grades into Canvas, Fred?
He might be on mute, but Fred, does my math lab?
My math lab does sync with Canvas. Yes.
But then the grades show up under grades as you grade?
Yes. Okay. Like you're seeing here, students see a bubble on their homepage on the grade link. And so it would indicate something has been synced over from MATLAB.
Yeah. And they all, if you're using like Cengage or Pearson or McGraw-Hill, they all sync up with Canvas. So,
some better than others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're giving, if they're taking assessments, we shouldn't, a few days. With English, of course, we give them more time. But someone like me, if it's a multiple choice test with some short answer and stuff like that, there's no reason that I can't have that graded within a few days. For someone like teaching biology, and so that's kind of one of the standards, because a lot of instructors don't put any grades. You believe it or not, it's like the end. My son took a class at Nunez like 2 semesters ago. Like, none of the grades were in there until almost the end. And then they were just like all put in. And for students, that's like frustrating. Am I passing? Am I not passing? So that's why we have That's why we have this, multiple opportunities to track their learning progress. And then the timely feedback. So there's different ways to do feedback. But one way is just, if it's possible, is just to do it within Canvas. So when you grade these things, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it from, I'm not going to be able to do it from here. And I'm not going to be able to do it from another class. But when you go in to grade it and you use SpeedGrader, there's a place to comment. So, this is not, this is something that we're pretty much already doing. And so, I kind of marked here in red things that could be addressed in the syllabus and things that we're already kind of addressing. So I'm going to send this out, and I'm going to send this out as well. This is just, again, the syllabus template, and I've got it marked in green, where if you're doing that part, you're already meeting these things here that I've marked in green. Is there anything you guys want to talk about? There's only you two. I probably went fast, but do you, for people, anyone watching the recording, I went fast, but that's what our committee's for. So you can come to us, and if you get stuck on a certain process, we could like meet with you, or we can do like something online, or yeah. So feel free to contact us. This first workshop was really short because these standards were pretty easy compared to like the other ones. So I don't know, is there anything you guys think I didn't cover? Again, this is kind of the better way to go. So if you've never made your class before, I would go with either Pages, the page setup, or I would go with this is the course module setup, right? So it's
Didn't
really,
we learn that Panorama works better if you set it up with Pages?
I think they want us to use Pages. I've never used it, which is why I'm kind of cheating and using Lauren's example. But I don't think it's that difficult. And when you go into hers, she's got a lot of, and like when you look down here, she's got other pages. So this is like really clear, like, okay, January 23rd, or I'm going to click on this. And then it brings you to like another page. Well, that's what I have to do for today. It's like all really clear. Just click on this, click on this. So, I think hers is like a really great example.
I'd be curious to find out
these things. Huh?
I'd be curious to find out how all of that structure she transfers over to a new course.
That's easy, actually. My guess is it's going to go right over. So,
like just an export and then import.
Yeah. So you.
I haven't done that before, but I've seen that option.
Oh, you're gonna want to do that after you set up a class.
Yeah. So you're gonna want to do what I do is I start off by going to settings, if I can get to it, and then I think it's somewhere else as well. Import course content, and then you're gonna want to bring over a Canvas course, and you just look for the last course that you did. You could just I'll start typing in biology, whatever.
I put in the CRN, so I get the exact.
CRN is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And then you just pick your course, and I don't want all my announcements coming over, so I go with select specific content. And so when I go to import it, I'm not going to actually import it, but it's going to ask me select what I want to bring over. So I don't want to bring over, I don't have announcement. I just pick something at random. All right, so I'll bring over my course settings. Bringing over course settings is going to set the pages up again in your new class.
Mhm.
And then I'm not going to click on announcements. So yeah, see, I'm not going to click on that, but I want all the files I had on there. And
Yeah, I bring everything but announcements.
yeah, that's what I think. That's what most people do. See, so I would do that, right, and just not click announcements, and then I'd bring it over. I'm not going to bring this over.
It'll give you an option to change dates. Go ahead and try it, but they never get them right. You're still gonna have to go in and adjust.
Yeah, it's not gonna be perfect.
Go ahead and set it. Give you fewer adjustments, but still, yeah, never quite right.
And it's crazy. Like they'll bring stuff over from, last year or 2 years ago, and then not change dates. Like the syllabus will say fall 2021. It's like I can't believe that. Like
occasionally a typo, but a constant trend. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Occasionally, but just bring
Like
it
the
over, and
syllabus.
not even bother to look at it.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't, the syllabus. There's no reason that the syllabus can't go in the syllabus column and not have it like in files, for example, which is some instructors stick it in. You shouldn't have files. You shouldn't have files on there at all. So
He's going to have assignments from my math lab. Assignments is how you control the grade book. I don't give access to my assignments to students. I keep very few buttons open, and modules is how I run them. I have pages in my modules. Week 1, read this. Here's my PowerPoint, and there's a page with assignments. I mean, that's each chapter from each week for me.
So if you want to control what students see over here, for those people that don't know, you just click on settings, and then you click on navigation. And
deactivate anything you don't use.
What's that?
I said deactivate anything you don't use, because they will go through your whole course and find stuff.
Yeah, I didn't want to use the big blue button, which is, then I drag it down there and I'll click save.
Yeah, don't forget save.
Don't forget save.
Doesn't affect.
Now these are what the students cannot see. And then before I publish anything, I always do a student view. That's what, you should be going through everything, because one of the things that people might do is like you do student view, and one of the first places that I'm going to go is to announcements if it was here.
Do you know you can put announcements on your homepage?
Yeah.
How do we do that?
Oh, go back to settings. That was a new thing we found out in academic council. Jacqueline knew it from her school, and I was like, dude, Ron has been looking to do that since we left Blackboard. So I'm like, I called Ron immediately. Scroll all the way down. And that button at the bottom, it says addition, that blue. The link way at the bottom. Keep going down further to the blue link. What does that say? Yeah. Click that and look right there.
At the top.
Your last 3 announcements or however you want to show will automatically on the top of your homepage. I like it. I've instituted it in all my classes because I always liked it in Blackboard.
Well, there you go.
Now save, of course, or it won't take effect. Now go back to your homepage. That was a cool new thing I just learned like last month at our meetings. That's
it won't be on this one because I didn't have any announcements. But yeah, it'll be so. But it would
your
be
homepage will show it for you, which I honestly enjoyed.
Okay, so it'd be like here, and then here's where everything would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a fun new thing for me, at least.
Cool. All right, so that's all I've got for today. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to stop recording it.
Nope.
All right, feel free. Worst case scenario, email me if anyone watching this has any questions.
Thanks, Klaus.